Ladies and gentlemen, on average 20 people die each day waiting for a transplant. Every 10 minutes, someone is added to the waiting list. One donor could save 8 lives. However, Iran is the only country where selling a kidney is legal and it is regulated by the government. Also, it coincidentally does not have any shortage or waiting list of human organs, and the black market virtually does not exist. Global Financial Integrity estimates that the illegal organ trade generates profits between 600 million and 1.2 billion per year with a span of over many countries. We, as Team Proposition, stand for something that could solve all of these issues and something that could benefit all sides. We would legalize all sales of human organs with a minor interference from the government. How does this look like? If the person that is owning the organ is giving the permission to dismantle the needed organs from his body, then the donor should go through a unique medical office where he would get medically tested. If everything works out, his blood type matches the receiver, he should get matched up with him. The surgery would happen in a hospital and the financial transaction would be between the donor and the recipient. If the donor wants his organs to be donated, to be sold after his life, the same would happen. The family will get the benefit from the recipient or the government if the recipient cannot pay it. Why is this important? This is the only way of how we ensure that body exploitations do not happen and people cannot exploit and make a business out of selling organs. In today's case, we're going to have 3 arguments for you. The first one, the right to sell. The second one being the benefits for the recipient. And the third one, which won't be presented by our second speaker, is the elimination of the current standing issues. The first argument, right to sale. The main thesis of this argument is that a person should have a right to sell its own organ because he knows what will be the best for him or his family during his life or after it. Why is this so? 3 reasons why. Firstly, we know that if we own something, we have a right to sell it because we could most likely gain from it. Secondly, as organs is a part of our body, we should have a right to sell them for a certain price tag. Thirdly, removing an organ affects only you, therefore you should be able to make the decision, and this is inherent to the whole population. Note how we can sell houses, everyday materials, but we cannot sell our organs. However, nobody else in the world has the right to claim that they are not ours. We know that almost everywhere around the globe, organ donors are welcome. However, the selling of organs is not possible, and that is why things like black markets are always present. Under the current status quo, we see that millions of people are dying because there's a huge shortage of it. And this is really problematic because, firstly, it is really unfortunate and unfair for these people which are waiting for the organ, and this means that the negative consequences will be felt all around. Secondly, it gives less incentive to donate since there is no return action. However, under our case, we are providing a solution. We stand for legitimizing the sale of organs because that is the most efficient way to solve these issues. Why is it important to have a right to sale? 2 reasons why. We know that human organs are important, and some might say that you cannot transfer them because they are necessary for your life. However, firstly, note how the government clearly allows the donations of organs. However, it would make sense if the human or his family could gain from something that is his. We tell you that if you are giving a major part of your body away for free, that is a true luxury good, and we believe that it should not be done for free. Secondly, having the right to sell will give more incentive to sell, and this will benefit both the human being which is selling the organ or his family and the people that are in urgency to get the organ. Look, it is not possible that everyone will follow altruistic beliefs and give a major part of their body away for free. Moreover, a presumed consent is present in some countries. It basically means if the person does not make clear wishes that he does not want his organs taken away from him, government will take care of them after the death. This is simply wrong, as the government takes something of value from the citizen for free. Under the current status quo, we see that almost everyone around the donor is getting paid. The doctor, the nurse, almost everyone gains from the transfer except the donor. Why is that bad? We tell you that this is simply unfair for the donor or his family because he is not excluded from the transplantation. He is the main reason why the transplantation happened in the first place. Therefore, giving donors a financial reward should be allowed. We believe that a person should be given a right to benefit financially from something that nobody can take away from him. Now let's move to my second argument, the benefits of the recipient. The premise of this argument is that under the status quo, it is nearly impossible to solve the shortage of organs, and under our case, all recipients will have a better chance to receive an organ. Why is this so? Under the status quo, we see that there is a huge shortage of organs. An average of 18 people die each day waiting for transplants, according to the government site organdonor.gov, and 100,000 people needed a kidney in the US as of January 2016. Why is there a shortage of organs? Firstly, personal or religious beliefs deter some people from registering or donating. Secondly, living donors are afraid that by losing their organs, their health will be affected, and therefore they choose not to do it. We believe that if donors know that they will get some kind of financial compensation, they will be more incentivized to sell their organs, since they know that they will get the profit themselves, or either their family will get it. There's actually some evidence that a recent survey of Americans by researchers found that 71% of Americans would agree to sell their organs if everything went through the right program. This proves that if the right program is applied and people know that they will get the financial compensation, it will incentivize to donate more. Why is it important? If we ensure that there will be financial gain for the donor, this means that there will be less of a shortage of organs. This is important because more and more people will be saved, and more people will not be afraid to donate. Moreover, the quality of the transplantation will increase, which means the process will be safer. It will happen because there will be more donors, and it will become more of a routine for surgeons. Also, the donor won't have to worry about getting an organ from an unknown, from somewhere like a black market, because that would be not necessary for him. It is important to assure that the safety of the transaction and the transplantation is at the highest level, because that is how the recipient will get a higher chance of fulfilling their lives. How is our side better than team oppositions? Under their side, black market will still exist. It will not be as safe to get the organ, and the rich recipients will be favored on the waiting list. Under our side, we ensure that every recipient, no matter his socioeconomic stance, will have a better chance of receiving an organ because we are providing a safe model. How do we ensure that? For example, to keep a patient on dialysis costs about $70,000 per year. So it would make sense that the government would be interested to pay for the transplantation for the organ, even if the person cannot pay himself, because the government would not lose out, and this will benefit the recipient because there is a minor interference from the government. Overall, in my speech, I dealt with two important agents in this debate. Prove to you why the donor should have a right to save, that he is the main reason why the transplantation happened in the first place, and the organ belongs to him. What is more, we gave you the substantial reasoning why the recipient benefits more on our side than the opposition's, and for all these reasons, I'm very proud to propose the motion.